So I'm just sitting in the Polytunnel and I'm down on the allotment right now because we've got a real big storm coming tonight, so I need to batten down the hatches. But I was kind of just looking at the Polytunnel. I thought it would be worth talking through my kind of evolving plans for the tunnel for the next few months and just give you a bit of an update really on where we are with everything. It's looking quite nice, I must say. Quite like sitting in here looking at it all growing. So this is my view right now. You know, and as a gardener, it's hard to get a better view than this really. It's really lovely. I'm going to dive into the details now. So I'm going to do the long, narrow bed first, and I've got this red kitten spinach here. It's honestly, red kitten spinach is one of my favourite things. It just looks so nice, and I'm going to harvest this for salad leaves for a while anyway, because the main bed of red kitten spinach has kind of gone a bit wild, and it's only suitable for cooking really now. And then next to that red kitten spinach, that's just over there, I've got these, mainly this is beetroot now. This is the sort of focus of this bed, and the beetroot's it's looking really nice. I'm very happy with it. There's a sort of close up there from the top. So I've got a lot of plants here. I'll work out and put on the overlay how much beetroot I've got in the Polytunnel right now, and it's going to keep me going for quite a long time. I'm not doing beetroot for a sort of summer harvest now in its own dedicated bed. Everything is kind of just tucked in and interplanted, and that's giving me a lot of extra space on the allotment to grow other stuff. And I've harvested all the stuff that was down the middle here. So that was tatsoi and radishes, and I've kind of just replanted with little tatsoi plants and spinach and lettuces and things, and hopefully I'll just get a harvest from those before I have to put the peppers in. That's what's going down the middle there, sweet peppers. This is the adjacent bed, and this is what that bed looked like with all that tatsoi a couple of weeks ago. And so I'll be harvesting this tatsoi over the next couple of weeks, and then the peppers will be going in here as well. And this one's got the beetroot down the sides as well. And this is the final little bed of spinach at the other end of the long narrow bed, and just a few lettuces. And this is where the cucumbers are going to go, in what are these two little spinach beds, and then they're going to grow up into the canopy. And then right here next to me, these are all the early potatoes, and these are all swift, various different successions of them. And these big ones down here, these are ready for harvest now, and they will last us for 4 weeks rather, and then all these little ones should be ready for harvest by then. And I've got just one tub of strawberries here. I'm just doing like a compare and contrast on the strawberries between the ones that are down here and the ones that are up here. And right now the ones that are up here are doing remarkably better. And it's the same with the lettuce. I mean, just look at that gorgeous lettuce. I mean, that lettuce is not very old. I could probably show you an equivalent to that lettuce that's grown outside. There's another one. And so just contrast those, which have been grown, I think, in kind of optimal conditions, like maximum light, maximum heat, with the ones that are just in the little low tunnel and quite a way behind. And then these are my early general purpose potatoes, and I've got 2 at this end and 2 at the other end. And then this is where I'm thinking I'm going to change my mind a bit, because I've got a lot of peppers that I topped, and because I topped them, they're really small, compact little plants. And at the back of this bed, this is where I always put my tomatoes, and I'm still going to do that all the way down here. But I figured that actually I could put these little peppers in here, and if I do that, that'll free up a low tunnel for me, and then I can plant some more melons, because the prospect of growing melons has triggered a lust for gardening produce from my kids and grandkids that I rarely see. So I kind of doubling down on trying to grow peppers for the first time this year, I think. not peppers, melons for the first time this year. So yeah, so all this lettuce will come out, and what will be left is the garlic. And I just figured if I just take the odd garlic plant out there, like every other garlic plant or something, then I can put peppers down there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And it might mean sacrificing the odd leek or something, but I can transplant those. And I've got a few main crop onions down here as well, which will probably have to be sacrificed. But I think most of them can be left in. And obviously all these lettuces will be harvested before I put the peppers in anyway, so that won't matter. So yeah, so I still have a lot of alliums in here, but I think I'll just dot peppers into this bed. And as I say, because they're really low, they won't interfere at all with the tomatoes. And it'll mean I can just hydrate the whole bed all the way through summer. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that. And then up here, this is really mostly spares. Although I do have these colettes, these early colettes, which aren't spares, and just, yeah, a few graffiti cauliflowers and things. But then down here at the front, these are all the things that are ready for planting. So they're just waiting really for space and weather conditions. It's really stormy at the moment. All the hanging baskets are either lettuces or strawberries. And there's loads of strawberries in here, and again they're looking quite nice. And I've just put a cold frame top over my second early strawberries, and they're starting to really come on as well now, so I should get a nice succession. Finally, I've got these broad beans. So these broad beans were from the same batch that I planted out on Debbie's plot. I'll just show you those. But you can see how big these are, and they're just coming into flower now. So we should have beans on here growing pretty strong by the end of the month. So that's the end of April. And I would have beans now, but for the fact that that really big freeze, it was minus 10 in this Polytunnel, minus 10 centigrade, and that just killed the broad bean plants. So I had to put new ones in, which I sowed 1st of January. So the first batch was sown 2nd of October, and yeah, that's the second batch. So I'm pretty excited about these. It's really nice to have some height in the polytunnel so early in the year. So I hope you like this quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.